Hello Guardians, and welcome to another Spiral Knights tutorial of how not suck. Today I'll be showing you a bit about how to survive the beast types of monsters throughout the Clockworks, and this will be through the Gunners Only style. So let's get started. Let's see, missions. That's probably got enough. Let's try that. Alright, now with beast type monsters, you want to optimize your gear to fit all piercing damage and to resist all piercing damage. Let's see here. Alright, do I have enough to upgrade that? That I do. Right, yes. Probably should have saved it for that one. Oh well. Handgun. Strike Needle. That deals piercing damage. That'll do fine. I have my Black Hawk, which deals Shadow. For any random slimes or gremlins that appear. But for this level, I'm sure I'll be fine with just the piercing gun alone, so this loadout will be fine with my Polaris, Black Hawk, my fiery pepper box to set them on fire, because fur catches fire real easily, and my strike needle. As for my armor, I have my Chaos Cloak, which has normal, elemental, and shadow defense. Everything else is just kinda no. Let's see, my helmet, my perfect Cirrus mask, normal and elemental. My shield has normal, elemental, and fire and shock. So I don't have anything for piercing damage, but like in my first video, if you know how to dodge enough, you won't need it. Okay, so I'm imagining that we're at depth 24, so we're going to start off with tier 3. Monsters here normally can teleport easily, as far as the Wolvers go. So here we have some Virilisk. They have camouflage abilities, and yeah, this one's a Virilisk. Don't want to touch this poison. This is all these guys really do, is they just spit stuff out, and watch out for their tongue. They will shoot that out. These guys are overall pretty weak. Very easy to kill. So just stay out of their face, and you should be fine. Do a charge attack, yeah. Normally one charge attack can easily take these guys out. So, Chromalisks, Virilisks, any random variety of the Lisks, they have normal damage, every single elemental based status effect they can do based on the area in which you find them. So you can have Chromalisk, Electrolisk, a Virilisk, a Firelisk, basically one for every single variety you can think of in this game. Based on which element they do, it tells you what kind of status effect you'll have. So if you run into ice, you're going to be frozen if you get hit, and dealt additional normal damage from the attack. These guys generally have only 2 attacks, unless of course you come across a Kleptolisk. Yes, a Kleptolisk. These guys are in every single area and have a chance to spawn in place of any other Chromalisk, where it will actually steal any random pickup drops you find on the ground. So you want to kill them fast before they pick up anything valuable. And like most other guns, you don't really want to use up both attacks in quick succession. Just kind of follow this way. do that. Just hide in here. You can't get me, you can't get me. I'm gonna blow you up. Or not. As far as walking in through poison, poison has no real immediate damage to you if you're just standing in like the cloud of it. It just gives you the poison effect. When you are poisoned, however, like I just walk into this guy, he doesn't hurt. He just gives me poison. Whenever you are poisoned, you cannot heal, so make sure that you don't get hit while you're poisoned, otherwise you'll be dead quick. But like most other games, or unlike most other games where you are poisoned, it doesn't hurt you over time. So that's a nice thing about this game. Let's see if we can't get some other beast types, because I just covered pretty much everything you need to know about the chromalisks. None of the other varieties have a real difference in how they attack. Now, these are drones, like you saw with the poison guys back there. These guys don't really have an attack pattern. They just kind of go back and forth wherever there's a line of, you know, areas to go. Yeah. Blackhawk. Dealing with these pesky gremlins that heal your enemies. Take care of these guys real easy. Do a charge attack on these guys. In your face. Even though I most of the time tell you not to hug the face of the enemy with a charge attack on the strike needle, it's a lot more fun because you tend to hit with every single needle, which is 15 shots, in one attack, if you're close enough. Whereas if you're farther away, you risk not hitting them as many times. So, and here we have rabid wolvers. These guys can teleport. This is bad news for gunners, because every time you fire, it's kind of like a spook, where it will scare them and force them to burrow or teleport behind you and attack. So, if you don't do anything, they will teleport less often. Here we have an alpha. These guys will actually buff the regulars, little normal guys. And the regular wolvers only attack once, like that. The alpha attacks 3 times in one row, like right here, 1, 2, 3. So your chance of attack is directly after they do their bite combo. And you always, always, always want to do a charge attack with your needle gun, either during or directly after they do a bite. Just so that you can catch them during their cooldown. And I just kind of walked right into that one like an idiot. Also, while you're poisoned, another downside is that your damage is completely halved. So that's no good if you're really trying to get your damage output high. Alright, wait for you to do that. And now that those guys are gone, I can pick off these 2. Oh no, that's not good. Alright, let's try this then. Alright, wait for you. And shield bumping comes in very handy. Just telling you. Wolvers in packs can be a big nuisance, so you want to try and get all of them in a bite combo if you can. Or at least close to. It can be kind of hard to keep track of what's going on with all these graphics. So, Keep them grouped up, and try not to stand directly in front of them while you're firing. And this is, by my opinion, the best tactic I can think of to take care of these guys. And I think now it's just a matter of picking off you guys. Oh, we still got a straggler. Also, these gremlins will try to heal each other and revive other dead gremlins in Tier 3. So you want to keep them as far away from each other as possible. General rule of thumb when dealing with enemies that teleport, do not stop moving. If you stop moving, you cause them to teleport directly behind you like that and instantly bite you in the butt. So the only time you should stop moving is when you're firing directly at their butt. Revenge butt firing! Shoot him in the butt, shoot him in the butt, shoot him in the butt, shoot him in the butt. And just use that. Normally in these kind of levels I don't even bother with picking up these status effect vials. I don't normally use them. I find my guns to be much more effective. So in Tier 3, the Wolvers, every single one of them, will in fact teleport regardless. In Tier 1, none of them teleport. They just run up behind you and they dash. The Alpha Wolvers will dash. The little ones I don't think dash as much, I think they just run up to you and bark and bite. In Tier 2, the regular Wolvers will dash. And the Alpha Wolvers will be able to burrow or teleport. In Tier 3, they all do everything, so just don't stop moving. And the only time you should stop moving is when you're firing your charge attack at the group, which is the most effective to hit all of them at once. Anything ready to level up? I need 69 of that. Alright. Probably end up getting that by the end of this run. Alright, here we have the Frosty Furs of Tier 3. If they land an attack on me, they have a good chance of freezing me in place. And while you're frozen, you cannot move. By any means necessary, do not get hit by these guys. If you're in a large group, like I said, don't stop moving and fire at them in a cluster. Because when you're frozen, you can't turn and you can only attack straight ahead of you. They like to teleport behind you, so unless you're in a party, you're pretty much screwed. This one is by far the most dangerous type of Wolver, the Frosty Furs. Because once you're immobile, they've got you cornered and you're easy pickings. Same thing with the Alphas of this version. Let's see here. Shield bumping is very important on these guys as well, especially directly after your charge attack. It is the most valuable asset you have to keeping your defense. If you do not have your shield, you're screwed. You need to shield bump whenever possible. So don't let them hit you on purpose, especially when you're just sitting there with your shield up. That's a useless tactic. Don't ever do it. See, like that right there? I had my shield up directly after my charge attack. Even though you move slower, your chance of not being killed are much higher. Especially, you also block the status effect as well. When the Wolvers bark, any attack should be able to knock them over. Like so. But that was a kill shot, so we'll try it again with the next group. Alright, I'm going to equip my shadow gun, since this deals normal base damage. And next time these guys bark, or at least one of them, yep, one shot knocks them right over. So if you can time your shot directly during their bark, you can easily stun them, basically, for a short moment, and get them on the ground. So if you have a charge shot ready in a party, you can easily assist your teammates by immobilizing your targets, by shooting them when they bark, with any weapon. Now how I charge my gun is I hold down my shield button, I also hold down my fire button, I release my shield button, and it instantly go into charge attack. Otherwise, if you don't use your shield first, you start off by firing once, and then charge, which basically leaves you not doing as much damage, and depending on what you're firing, can leave you more vulnerable. So if I have to sit there, if I fire before I charge, I'm immobilized, basically, because this gun keeps me perfectly still. So if I'm holding my shield, I'm still moving before I charge. So I'm not as vulnerable to enemy attacks. Hello. And goodbye. Darn it. Sit still while I fire you in the butt. Frosty furs. They've got some frosty fur. There we go. And now we have a alpha and a fairy, all of which are weak to piercing. Sometimes I'll teleport right into your charge attack, which is awesome. Damn it, sit still. Get rid of that fairy. And fairies are classified as fiend types, not beast types. So these guys will be covered in another video as well. Also, try not to do what I just did there, where I basically sat against the wall. They can and will teleport in front of you instead of behind you, and basically pin you against it. Oops. There we go. Take that shadow one. Reach. Oop, oop, oop. Grab these hearts. Grab hearts. So when dealing with these groups, do not instantly charge your weapon as they teleport behind you after you've already dealt a charge attack. Just focus on shielding only, then charge when you're in the clear. Otherwise you risk being hit like I've been. Right into it. Let's see if I can't give us some dust bunnies. So we've covered chromalisks, wolvers. Now we have to deal with dust bunnies. And then I'll show you the beast boss, the Snarbalacks. Chromalisks are the lizards that shoot their tongue out at you as a normal attack and then fire out that little glob of elemental-based status effect damage. Throughout the tiers, tier 1 and 2, you'll mostly see them shoot you with their tongue. That's a generally medium range attack. It doesn't go very far. Through all the tiers, they don't really change. So they're pretty easy to predict. Just don't stand in front of their face. Let's see, compounds. Dust bunnies are normally found in a compound. Best of the beast. Let's see. Powerful beast and slime monsters. Vicious and viscous. In cold blood. In cold blood is mainly a chromalisk level. Vicious and viscous is normally chromalisk and wolvers. Tends to be rabid. Let's see. What kind of mission has the compound? Oilers and the boilers. I'll find a different area. So I'll just show you Shadow of the Beast. Dust bunnies only have one real attack. They're kind of retarded looking. I'll show you an image here in just a second. They come in all different varieties of statuses. Fire, ice, normal, electric, all that good stuff. And they have one attack called Nibble. If they come up to you and hug you in the face, they will basically just bite you. That's all they do. They hop around and bite you. And they're very easy to dodge, but they come in clusters. Anywhere with a compound, they just keep spawning continuously. So your best bet to deal with dust bunnies of any variety is to kill off the first bunch to clear the path and run. Because it's just an endless stream of fluff balls of doom. And depending on the element tells you which variety you will run into. And the type of compound you're running into will easily tell you what it is. Now this is generally tier 1, I believe. These guys I don't think are going to teleport. Yeah, these guys aren't teleporting, so they're pretty simplistic to deal with. This is the early on version of the wolvers you guys will deal with. Pretty easy. As well as the chromalisk right there. There's your tongue attack. It doesn't reach very far. tier 1 wolvers tend to just bark a lot. So, they're easy to knock over. This is what's called a beast bell. This stuns any beast within range when you've hit it, because of their beastly sensitive hearing. I think we have a Fibrolisc. Nope, that's a tier 1 Virilisk. This is a Fiend type. This is a bat. Pain in my butt. Chromalisks of all varieties can camouflage. So just be wary of like these little white outlines wandering around. I believe if I walk away far enough, he'll just blend right in. Right there, yep. Alright, so here we are at the Snarlack's lair. That beast bell in the middle is key to this fight, where if he gets close enough to it and you strike it before he hits you, you can knock him into a stun, which will allow you to actually damage him. If he is not stunned, you cannot damage him. Let's get this fight started. Just gotta wait for it. When he ports to a corner or pops up, 4 little spikes will pop out, just like that. He will eventually chase you down, and his attacks are similar to the Alpha Wolvers, where he has 3 bites in a row. When he goes underground, he trails a line of spikes along his path. Like so. Do not stand on those. They will hurt. When he fires his spikes in the corners, they go in only 4 directions, so they never go diagonal. When he spins around in place, he will fire a barrage of spikes, similar to that of a tier 3 gun puppy. No, fired too soon. Charge it all. Sad face. Got you now. Because I don't have piercing defense on my shield, it takes more out of my shield when I get hit with it, so sparingly use your shield. Predicting when he's going to charge at me, just in time for me to actually use this spell, it's kinda takes forever. There we go. What? Hacks. I call hacks. Seriously? I totally call hacks. Snarlack's hacks. The Lax hacks. Beware of the Lax hacks. They do happen. Lax hacks are totally hacks. You can also bait him when he's doing his little trail of spikes attack thing. If you're in the corner there. No. Go away. You die now. No more lax hacks for you. And that is how you survive the Snorlax fight. He is the beast boss, and very well worthy of that title. I am not going to show you the Shadow Snorlax layer in this one, because I have yet to do any Shadow layers, and I will leave the experience completely up to you, other Guardians, to figure that one out yourselves. It shall be a mystery, because it is the Shadow layer. Yes. I was gonna say something witty, but meh. Alright, Guardians, and that is all I shall show you for the How Not Suck Beast tutorial. Hope this helped you in surviving all the varieties of known beast-type creatures in the Clockworks. If not, so sorry. Work on your dodging. If so, awesome! I will see you, Guardians, on the battlefield. Bye! This is the part of the video where I ask you to subscribe.